My name is Sarah. I'm 29 years old, and until recently, I was engaged to the perfect man. His name was Dylan. He was the kind of guy you only read about in novels. Funny, thoughtful, successful. He worked in tech, traveled often, and seemed to know exactly how to make a woman feel like the center of the universe. From handwritten notes to spontaneous weekend trips, he always made me feel special. We met at a friend's rooftop party in the city. He had this effortless charm, like he belonged in every room he entered. We hit it off instantly, and within weeks, we were inseparable. Our relationship moved fast, but it felt right. Every time he looked at me, I believed I was the only one he saw. After nearly 2 years together, Dylan proposed. It was at sunset on a quiet beach during a vacation in San Diego. Just the two of us, waves crashing behind him as he knelt in the sand. I cried. Said yes. I thought I was about to marry the man of my dreams. But dreams can turn into nightmares without warning. After the proposal, things changed. Not in a dramatic way. Just small shifts that most people might not notice. But I did. Dylan suddenly wanted to delay setting a wedding date. He said he was swamped with work, traveling constantly, and stressed about finances. Let's enjoy being engaged for a while, he said. I tried to be understanding. But it wasn't just the wedding. He became cagey about details. He stopped posting about us on social media. When I tagged him in photos, he rarely responded. He didn't introduce me to some of his close friends, claiming they were private types. His phone was always on silent. He never left it unattended. He changed his passcode twice in a month. I chalked it up to work pressure. Until one Sunday evening, he told me he was flying to Boston for a tech conference. But that same night, I got a missed call from his number. I called back. A woman answered. She sounded confused at first, then defensive. Why do you have Dylan's phone? She snapped. Because he's my fiancé, I said. Silence. Then she said it. Slowly, like it hurt her to say it. No. He's mine. My stomach dropped. That night, I stayed up scrolling through social media. Digging. Searching. It didn't take long. Her name was Rachel. And she had a highlight reel titled Us Red Heart, full of pictures of her and Dylan. Beach trips, birthdays, and romantic dinners. There was even a video of him proposing to her. My proposal. Same ring. Same speech. Different city. Different girl. I was engaged to a man who was already engaged. Over the next few days, I became obsessed with piecing together the timeline. He had been seeing both of us for over a year. Alternating weekends, business trips that weren't business trips, fake emergencies. He had built 2 entire lives. He had told Rachel he was based in Chicago for work. Told me the same thing about New York. I realized how carefully he'd constructed his lies. He was using 2 different phones, 2 sets of social media accounts, and he even had different email addresses for each of us. Rachel had a wedding website up. They were getting married in 6 weeks. I tried calling her again. No answer. I sent proof, screenshots, photos, our engagement video. She blocked me. She believed him. But I wasn't about to let him get away with it. I bought a ticket to Chicago. 3 days before their wedding. I didn't contact Dylan. I let him think I was still clueless. He was texting me sweet nothings the night before his wedding to someone else. I stayed in a small motel near the venue. I rehearsed what I would say. How I would do it. But nothing prepared me for seeing them in person. I walked into the church 15 minutes before the ceremony, dressed in black. Calm. Quiet. And holding a white envelope. The envelope held every lie he'd ever told. Screenshots, photos, emails, receipts, everything. I sat in the back pew. And waited. The music played. Guests stood. Rachel walked down the aisle, glowing. Dylan looked proud. Composed. Like he had gotten away with it. Until the moment came. If anyone here objects to this union. I stood up. I do. Gasps. Murmurs. Rachel froze. Dylan went pale. I walked down the aisle slowly, heels echoing in the silence. I handed Rachel the envelope. I'm Sarah, I said. Dylan proposed to me 6 months ago. Our wedding was supposed to be next fall. Rachel opened the envelope. Her hands shook. She read every page. Then, without a word, She slapped Dylan across the face. The priest stepped back. Guests whispered. Phones came out. Rachel turned to me. Thank you. Then she walked out. The wedding was canceled on the spot. Dylan tried to chase her. She shoved him away. Later that night, I received a message from her. I'm sorry I didn't believe you. Thank you for showing up. I never replied. A week later, I posted everything online. Not out of spite, out of warning. My video went viral. Thousands of women commented, many with similar stories. 3 more girls came forward. Dylan had been playing all of us. Rachel and I never became friends. But she sent me one final message. We deserved better. And now we know it. As for Dylan, he disappeared from social media. Changed his number. Moved cities, apparently. But his name still circulates. Not as a groom. Not as a boyfriend. But as the man who got exposed at the altar. Today, I'm not bitter. I'm grateful. Because I learned something powerful. Sometimes, betrayal is a gift. It rips off the blindfold and lets you see who someone really is. He tried to build a life on lies. I ended it with one truth. And while he stood there in a tuxedo, sweating through his smile, I stood tall in black. The ghost of the woman he never thought would rise.